Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs have landed another five-star prospect. This one is big-time athlete Deyon "Smoke" Bouie out of Bainbridge, Georgia in the 2022 class. What's going on, guys? Matt DeBary, DawgPost.com, making you a smarter Georgia fan. This kid's the real deal. I don't say that too often. I obviously let y'all know when I think a prospect is really, really good. And covering Georgia, there's a lot of really good prospects that they get, but this kid is a bona fide five-star, one of the top players in Georgia, regardless of class. He's only a junior right now, but this kid can do it all at wide receiver, DB, you name it. I just watched his film again. He's electric. He's fantastic with the ball in his hands. Again, he makes plays at both wideout and DB. Doesn't make a ton of plays at cornerback because no one throws his way. But when he's on offense, he's obviously making a play there consistently. He can score anytime he touches the ball. He's got that twitchiness to him. He can get open. I mean, just watching him, he's one of the best players on the field. It's easy to see. He's not the biggest guy either. Probably at 6 feet, maybe a little shorter than 6 feet, probably 5'11", 180 pounds or so. So, I mean, he doesn't look like the five-star guy when you just watch him out there on the field. But once he starts playing, I mean, it doesn't take a guy like me to sit back and say, oh, wow, this kid's really, really good. I think this kid could pass the grandmother test, the girlfriend test, whatever you want to call it. If they watch this kid play, it probably won't take them very long to, say, hey, that kid's really, really good, because he is just going to make plays consistently throughout the game. Reminds me a lot of Malcolm Mitchell, a guy who played wide receiver and DB for Georgia. He has that type of skill set. I think he could play wide receiver at the next level, but there are guys who can run routes, create separation, make plays on offense, have reliable hands. Those are great players. Those are guys you need. There are other players who can cover those guys. There aren't many people who can cover really good wide receivers and stay with them, stay in their pocket, and can move with them. And Deyon Bouie is a guy who can do that. So a lot of teams, I think, are recruiting him to play wide receiver, and he could make plays there if he needs to. But I would put him on an island at cornerback and let him do his thing. He's got the natural cover skills that a lot of kids just don't have. It takes them a lot of time to develop the fundamentals and the technique in order to be a lockdown cover corner. I think Deyon "Smoke" Bouie is that type of kid, though. He's a natural defensive back, and he's a guy who can cover someone's best receiver and make a play on the ball, too. It's not like he can just cover. And when the ball's in the air, he's going to go get it. And when he's got it, he's going to turn around and look for the end zone. Just one of my favorite players in the entire state of Georgia. He started as a freshman at Bainbridge, helped lead them to a state title. I mean, this kid's been on the recruiting radar for a long, long time. I've known about him for years. Definitely a prospect that I've had my eye on for a while, and a guy who I've always thought could be in five-star contention, and I think that's where he's ranked right now. At least that's where he should be ranked right now, in my opinion. Probably the number 2 or 3 player in the state for the 22 class. I'll have to go back and look at my rankings. But he is elite. That's not a word that I like to throw around very much. A lot of people overuse that word, but he is, man. This is a big, big-time player for Georgia, a big get, and I think Kirby Smart is having himself a really good day today, knowing that he's going to be able to coach this kid for the next few years. And I think Bouie is a guy who could start, well, not start soon, but get playing time really early in his career and push for a starting role. He is that good, but just an electric playmaker on both sides of the ball. I think he'll end up staying at cornerback at Georgia, but can't say it enough. He's a five-star kid, and these are the guys that you need if you want to beat Alabama, continue beating Florida, continue beating Tennessee, South Carolina, all these other schools. And if Georgia wants to continue running the East like they have been the past few years, Deyon Bouie is going to help them to keep going and, again, hopefully, maybe, take that next step and beat Alabama, compete with Clemson and Ohio State for a national championship. But this guy could play anywhere. He could go to Ohio State if he wanted. He could go to Clemson. He could go to Alabama. But South Georgia kid, I think at the end of the day, he picked Georgia over LSU, which wouldn't surprise me at all either. They get elite defensive backs every year. And I think they kind of made things interesting here. But being a South Georgia kid from Bainbridge, this is a kid that Kirby was not going to miss on. This is a kid he wants to coach, and this is a big get for him. There's no doubt about it. So another five-star on board, big-time player for Bainbridge and a future Georgia Bulldog. If you need any other info on this kid, head on over to Dawg Post. All the info is there on not only Deyon Bouie, but the rest of the Georgia football team and recruiting. So thanks for watching this video. Head on over to the website, and I will see you there.